went to was, let me take a look at his previous earnings and how it liked to behave. And what I'm noticing here, Q4 dropped, 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 gapped down and rallied. No challenge to the downside. This one gapped up, went down, and then finished the day up. So two greens, three greens total. But most of the times it goes down. So I can see here that we have stronger pressure to the downside after earnings. So that's one thing I'm paying attention to. Boy, oh boy, what a day, guys. We only had three stocks on our watch list for today, and those were AZO, Roku, and Shopify. And for these three stocks, obviously, we blew through our targets like there was no tomorrow. I mean, these hit our targets and then some, and continued on to actually bypass our targets and go a little bit further. So if you didn't make money with this watch list today, I don't know what to tell you because it couldn't have been an easier day to make money today. Primarily today, the biggest profit came in from Amazon, which is one that I pointed out yesterday that I said I was going to hold overnight because I was expecting the drop. If you guys remember the webinar on Sunday, we mentioned that Monday was more than likely going to be a green day followed by a negative day on Tuesday, which is today. So at the top, when Amazon was hitting that resistance at 17.95, I started adding more to my positions and I added the 1750s at 3.75 today, and I sold those for $20 plus. So there you go, guys. Today was a massive day. Let's go ahead and play a clip from this morning's call reviewing AZO, because this one was a massive play as well. So if you took advantage of this one, you should have made a ton of money, because this thing dropped exactly like we said, and it definitely hit the ka-ching alert. So anyway, let's go ahead and get straight to that clip. The other thing I'm paying attention to is this. This is the only caution, worrisome area here, that this one rallied and then it came back down. And the reason I'm paying attention to this one is because unlike all the rest of them where it had a massive gap up or gap down and went in one direction or the other, like this one went up and gap down, this one kind of opened kind of right next to it. And this one today is kind of close to that. It's gapping down, but not by much. Normally, AZO gaps up a lot or gaps down a lot, which makes the place a little easier. As you can see here, when it gaps up a lot, it's barely very little challenge for the most part. You can see here, went up a little bit. This one went up a lot. So that's my only concern. So it's just planning this thing out properly. But I am expecting $30 to $50 move on this today because of the earnings. You can expect it to have some kind of a move like that, okay? So this is what I'm noticing. So overall, the pressure to the downside is a little bit stronger. But again, we're going to plan for both sides. And if we can play both sides, it's going to be even better. So again, I went to this chart here. This is normally my daily chart. And I put up the 30 minutes so I can pick out these strong levels of support and resistance. As you can see here, when I have this Darvis box thing up, it already gives me a lot of those lines. So I created a new drawing set. So you just create new drawing set, guys. Create new drawing set. SSRR. Look at this. A lot of these already line up perfectly with these Darvis boxes. So it makes it easier. So you can see here, this is a crucial level really where it is right now. Because you can see here, when you go to the left, look at this area here. If you keep going to the left here, look at the price line. This is the price line, this little dotted line. You can see that this area here, it paused there for a long time, a lot of times, okay? So that's the number one area. That's where we are now. So that is the main area we're looking at right now because that's where it is. There's really nothing to think about it there. So it's either going to break down or go up from there. But we're going to plan accordingly. So let's take a look at all the levels that are associated with it. All right. So let's go over here. Let's take a quick look. All right. So taking a look at AZO. Now, you guys see I already have my pre-market levels already here. And if I go ahead and add that drawing set, boom, you see? Those lines already line up pretty closely to that. Obviously, it's not exact because I didn't move it up there, but I would probably move it up to this line here. Let me put it on the 10 minutes so you make it clearer. Okay, so see the levels here from yesterday. This is today. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this is the pivot. This is where we are now. So key level, I drew this one on the 30-minute and then lined up with this line that it automatically drew today. So these are the things you're paying attention to. So I'm paying attention here. And my box for this one today is really these two moving averages here, the 200 MA on the 30-minute or the 200 EMA, again, on the 30-minute to go to the downside. It drew the box there pretty nicely, but I do want to see it break these levels just to make sure that it's going to go. And then, as you can see here, we have all our levels to the upside. So here you see all this blank space. Boom, first stop right here. So it's either going to break through this or bounce off of this and head lower. If it does break through this, boom. So you can take profits here, hold a few, and if it doesn't break through, and it starts to reverse, you can get out. If it does break through, boom, you can go ahead and get back in here, add some more as soon as it gets above here. And then this is the next target, followed by this target, followed by this target, followed by this target. Okay? And again, I'm expecting an $80 move, a $50 move. So ka-ching is all the way up here at 1180. Okay? So 1147. That's probably only $30 move, so it'll probably still go a little bit more. But that's my ka-ching stop up top. And then for the bottom side, if we do break this level here, this is a weak level here that I have. 1140 is very weak. Let me see if I can zoom out here. So 1140, you can see here on the 30-minute. 1140 area. It stops there briefly, but for the most part, it breaks through without an issue. Here, it kind of reversed off of this level down here, the 50 MA was pretty strong here, reversed, but 1140 overall, you can see here, it hesitated here for a little bit, but it was very weak. It didn't give it the strength to actually bounce back, so it actually broke down. So it's a weak level, but nonetheless, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to keep an eye on it, just in case. And if it breaks through it, it's a good point to, again, maybe add some more till the next level, which is 1133.9. But let's say it hits that area in the morning. This is a weak level. So if it breaks down and it doesn't break this level with strong volume, that's a problem. You got to keep an eye on that one, okay? Because it's like, okay, well, if it wants to reverse here, then it probably wants to go up, okay? So again, it did miss the estimates, and every time it does miss, it tends to go down. But again, we're going to plan for both sides because you never know. So looking at the news, let's take a look. Q3 earnings miss. Revenue exceeds street projection. Okay, so one thing was bad. It misses the estimate. Who cares about what they estimate? But the revenue exceeds street projections. Okay, so they always give you two sides of the coin. So you got to be careful because this thing may want to rally. We don't know. We can only see what we see here. Last quarter it went up. Then let's see how it did as far. I think it exceeded though last time. Okay, so yeah, 1546, and they exceeded 1599, and they rallied. So you see here, it gapped up, went down, and then rallied. So that's the thing you see. But when it gaps up, you see that it's a massive gap. So these are a little easier to plan. But overall, I mean, you should be able to see it with all the levels there. Okay. So when you guys are drawing your lines, just make sure you create a new drawing set so you can clean your chart up and you don't have all this stuff on there, or just put it on one and not all of them. So for example, I'll probably leave it on my 30-minute chart because it's a little wider. I can see clearer, and then I'll just manage on the other ones, okay? So that's AZO. Let's go ahead and take a look at Roku. Here we go, guys. Let's do a quick review of this chart. As you can see here, AZO hit every single one of those lines. It pretty much paused at every single one of them. If you kind of go down to the smaller time frames, you'll see that it did exactly that. It gave us the move that we were expecting and then some, So not just did it give us $50, it gave us a little bit more than that. So obviously a $50 move is a nice and profitable day. But as you can see here, everything worked out as planned. All you have to do is plan. Again, guys, if you have not taken the box-in trading course, go ahead and click the links below. Schedule a call if you have any questions, and I will see you guys on the next one. Do not forget to subscribe.